Hello everyone. Today I will talk about an issue within year 5-6 cohort. In NAPLAN results of 2024, it's obvious that the students in year 5 are behind same age students in other schools in writing. Performance poor in NAPLAN can cause continuing academic challenges, low self-confidence, and mental health issue in secondary school. Experts recommend utilizing peer assessment into writing activities to improve engagement and quality of text. According to Hallam et al. 2023, students prefer to engage with digital ways of learning. Technology is a modern way to search and analyze information with an opportunity to further research in a moment. Lickman et al. 2024 argues that integrating technology into learning can improve vocabulary enrichment as well as engagement. My inquiry question is how can gamification be implemented to improve vocabulary for narrative writing outcome in year 5-6? Based on suggested opinions of integrating peer interactions in ICT, I would like to talk about the innovation approach of gamification pedagogy. Our school has a large proportion of students' diversity, with almost half of students speaking a language other than English at home. Therefore, it's crucial to focus on developing English in a multilingual environment. Also, gamification provides an opportunity for parents to be involved in education as the instructions are non complex and the whole process is engaging. To underpin my innovation action plan, I use NAPLAN results, school annual report, and my school profile. To seek feedback of the implementation progress, I will use student survey and tests. Gamification can help students improve how they use vocabulary in their narrative writing. By using games like word challenge, storytelling quest, or vocabulary battles, students are more motivated to learn and apply new tier 2 words. They learn how to choose better words to describe characters, setting, and actions, which lead to stronger, more engaging stories. This shows real progress in their vocabulary knowledge and writing skills. Student cohort include Aboriginal students, students with ADHD, students with fun, motor skills challenges, and students with brain trauma that cause short-term memory. We will include vocabulary games that include local stories, symbols, and place names that can support cultural connections for Aboriginal students. Oral storytelling activities allow students to develop ideas verbally before writing. For students with ADHD, it's essential to keep tasks short, high interest, and engaging. Quick games with clear goals and immediate feedback can help maintain their focus and motivation. For students with fine motor skill challenges, we'll focus on reducing writing strain and increasing accessibility. Digital tools like tablets or typing alternatives can make participation easier and more comfortable. For students with short term memory challenges, we would prioritize repetition and reinforcement, using spaced repetition and revision vocabulary through varieties of games helps straighten recall over time. His strategies of immediate feedback, differentiated teaching, and collaborative learning that we mentioned earlier will be implemented during the plan. The Innovation Action Plan meets content descriptors of English related to developing T2 vocabulary, improving quality of written text, as well as literacy as a cross curriculum priority related to creating text with more complex sentences structure and extended vocabulary. To assess students' learning, teachers can conduct assessments of pre and post tests such as using vocabulary quizzes before and after the gamified learning unit to measure growth in word recognition, meaning, and usage. Oral and written tasks assess the vocabulary use in context through oral presentations, storytelling, or short written tasks. Rubrics can be evaluate the correct use, richness, and fluency of vocabulary. Instructional leadership style is the most appropriate way to implement the innovation. Instructional leaders recognize the diverse of needs of students and ensure innovation are inclusive. Instructional leaders guide staff in adapting gamified tasks appropriately. Implementation of the innovation requires access to reliable Wi-Fi, shared or individual devices, and relevant education software, as well as game resources. Flexible timetabling within the literacy blocks ensures consistent integration of game-based vocabulary sessions. One challenge is teacher readiness and confidence with gamification. To address this, teachers can start small, such as introducing one game per week, and build from there. Sharing success stories with the school and setting up peer coaching with experienced colleagues can also support confidence and smooth implementation. Before implementing the gamification innovation, my priority is to ensure clear ongoing communication with school leadership to align the strategy with whole school goals and inclusion priorities. I will present the rationale supported by research on vocabulary retention and engagement during a leadership briefing. This ensures transparency and fosters support for resource allocation and professional development. Collaboration with staff will follow with the roles delegated across the team to manage implementation. Parents will be informed through a letter of session, but leadership will remain involved throughout to evaluate the impact on students' learning. Regular updates on data analysis will be shared with leadership, culminating in a post implementation review to reflect on outcomes, assess effectiveness, and guide future planning. If innovation is successful, I would expect to see evidence of deeper vocabulary knowledge, increased learner motivation, improved literacy outcome, and more inclusive learning practices. These outcomes would not only support NAPLAN readiness, but also foster a more dynamic and student-centered approach to writing literacy instructions. Finally, thank you for considering my proposal to use gamification to improve vocabulary in Year 5 narrative writing. This approach supports diverse learning aligned with our literacy goals and boosts engagement through inclusiveness game-based strategies. With staff and family and leadership collaboration and support for planning and resources, we can make vocabulary learning more effective and enjoyable, leading to stronger writing outcomes and students' confidence.